you're talking about the race where you felt invincible. At what point in the race can you say to yourself, today's going to be an awesome day?
It's hard to know when you're going to have an awesome day. I mean, like I've often been on the bike, halfway through the bike, thinking this is my day. Prime example is that was 2007 World Champs down Clearwater. Halfway through the bike, I felt great. I broke away from the group with Bjorn Anderson, and I was like, this is my day. It's my day. I'm going to win this race. And got 10 k's from the end of the bike and just blew up. And so that's the thing. You always have to be conservative. You have to race within your zones, I think. And you find out what those zones are in training, and then once you get to the last 5 miles of the run, then if you still have extra in the tank, that's where you want to spend it, because you can make up a lot of time in those last few miles. People blowing up in front of you, and if you feel good, I mean, someone in front of you goes from running 6:30 miles to 7-minute miles, which isn't that much of a blow up. I mean, that's 2.5 minutes in 5 miles, so that's a lot. Next one before that?
No, the next couple of Ironmans that you have after July, full Ironman.
So after July, I'll do Philippines 70.3, which is another half Ironman, and then it'll just be Kona this year. So I did New Zealand Ironman in March. Kona will be October. Last year I did 3, so I did New Zealand, Germany, and Kona, and so just basically testing. See what the difference is between doing 2 versus 3 this year. So the legs are fresh.
Last one.
Sorry, what was that?
Mountain bikes, do you use it as training or recreation?
Kind of mountain bikes. I like to use it for cross training, mainly in the off season after an Ironman, or when I go home in July, I'll get on the mountain bike, go mountain biking a couple hours every second or third day. Just to, I don't know, it's fun. It doesn't feel like training. You're mentally, you don't have to put any mental energy into it. And I guess I always like that risky factor. Something bad could happen.
Do you think you'll ever do Xterras?
Yeah, I've done 2 Xterras, both in New Zealand, last year and the year before. I won my first one, and the second one wasn't nearly as good. I fell off my bike, broke my new carbon fiber frame, and that was pretty bad. The second ride.
Runners were trained that heel toe running of more good and evolution running and things like that. What are your thoughts on it?
I think that'll kind of. I think if you're struggling with injuries and you're running a lot on your toes or too much on your heels, then I recommend having it looked at and maybe working on changing. But generally, your body goes into a natural style. For me, I'm kind of either a heel toe if I'm running a little bit slower, or if I'm running quicker, midfoot striker. Yeah, I mean, once you get to the closing stages of an Ironman, you're heel, midfoot, toe. Okay, next one. Yeah.
How much of your success is you attribute to your coaching?
I think my coaches helped me a lot, and not so much in just writing programs, more mentally and how I prepare for events. I think it's he kind of gets in my head a bit. I think I have a great idea. I tell him my great idea, and 5 minutes later, my idea is shit. Yeah, no, he's put in a lot of work, and we've worked together for about 10 years now, and we've got more. I mean, we've got a great relationship. We hang out, we go grab dinner every now and then, and I hang out with his family, and he comes away with mine when we go to races. And I mean, we've got a great relationship, and I don't think I definitely wouldn't be where I am today without his help. would I achieve what I've achieved today maybe 5 years down the track? Maybe, but I would have had to learn a much harder way.
The first few years as tries, what did you really
I mean, I guess when I started tries, I always looked down the track of Ironman is where I'd love to go. So Mike Allen and Dave Scott were the greats. Peter Reed at the time was the guy to look out for. But I also knew that the Olympic Games is what I would love to go to the Olympic Games. I mean, since I was swimming, it had always been a dream of mine. So to go to the Olympics, you have to do the ITU, Olympic distance, drafting type racing. And in New Zealand, there was Hamish Carter. He was kind of the big name, especially going into the Sydney Olympics. So Hamish was a great guy to look up at. But for me, I've always looked at myself as wanting to do something different in the sport, kind of like being the Lance Armstrong or Michael Jordan. Probably not so much the Tiger Woods anymore, but it's just something that I can. I want to make the sport something big, something. I want to help it grow and make it special because that's what it is.
I guess we can safely assume pro triathlete is the most glamorous of jobs or lifestyles. I think for quite a few people, you're kind of living the dream. You know, that's something that a lot of us would love to do. At what point in your life, and what was it that clicked? You're like, this is it. Aside from obviously loving the sport, because it's a lot of sacrifice just to participate. You know, waking up early, all that. Like, what clicked in you that said, this is it, all my eggs in this basket, and go for it? And what was your biggest, I guess, piece of support? You know, was it the coach, the family, or a combination of that has helped you, push you along to this level of athletics?
Sure. Growing up, my parents were always, they always gave us opportunities that whatever opportunities they could give us. So sport was very important. We're an active family, so doing sport was very important. But above all, academics came first, making sure you got good grades, because you can be a sportsman one day and something can happen, and you can be stuck without the ability to do sports the next day. So I studied. I finished high school, got a good grade, and then went to university, started studying physiotherapy. I did that for a couple of years, and by this stage I'd won 4 world junior titles, and I was starting to spend a bit more time overseas, racing, training. Started to get a few good sponsors, and that was kind of where I said, you know what, I'd really like to give this a go. And my parents, while they were a little bit hesitant, they gave me full support and made sure that I kept having the opportunities to do what I do. There's no way I could do. My parents have molded me, my brother and I, into the people we are, and they're great.